I never thought we'd be risking our lives doing this podcast, but
You got to be brave and power through.
Anthony and Air podcast back for another episode. Shocking news. Conspiracy theorists going crazy. John McAfee, founder of the McAfee antivirus software, found dead in his prison cell. We're going to take you through this entire story, how he's being compared to Epstein, being lumped into Epstein. I'm beyond words befuddled on this one. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Speaking of which, Ghislaine Maxwell has a new cellmate over there in Brooklyn. We'll tell you who it is. Bill Gates news, Warren Buffett walking away from him in a huge development to that story. So we've got that to talk about. Chris Brown making some news. Mark Hoppus from Blink-182, J-Sab's favorite band, is in the news. We'll talk about why. And there was... What?
Both are not good.
Not great. And there was something else. Oh, Britney Spears. That's right. We're going to talk about Britney Spears and her conservatorship. That is also making some news. Frankie C. joining us. How are you, my friend?
Doing all right. Yourself?
Doing better than John McAfee. So John McAfee was found dead, alleged suicide. We believe he died by suicide. That's what all the reports are saying. I'm going to show you a tweet that is going to give you chills. I actually followed John McAfee on Twitter. It was one of those rare instances where he would just say some of the craziest things sometimes, and I couldn't help but following it. He was a controversial character. He came up with this antivirus software. He sold it to Intel in 2011, and he basically just stopped paying taxes. And so he was... there was a warrant out for his arrest in Tennessee. I believe he had Tennessee, ironically, and New York had issued warrants for his arrest. He went on the run. He was living off of this mega yacht somewhere. We didn't know where. He was tweeting from that location with his wife, who I have an interesting note about her. And he was just sort of became this larger than life character that was living outside of the law and tweeting about the United States government, tweeting about, you name it, Epstein and, the rich and elite, and lots of warnings, for people. Felt like he was being hunted and on the run. And finally, he was arrested in Barcelona. He was being held in a prison in Spain, and they were about to extradite him back to the U.S. when they found him in his prison cell earlier today. Now, this is June 23rd. It is Wednesday, June 23rd. On October 15th, 2020, he tweeted this: "I am content in here. I have friends." This is when he's already been locked up and in prison in Spain. John McAfee tweeted, "I am content in here. I have friends."
How was he able to tweet from prison?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess he was able to use a computer.
Okay.
Because he tweeted quite often from prison.
It's weird.
So I guess he was
strange.
able to, there's a lot of communication. "I am content in here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Knowing that if I hang myself, a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine." The guy literally put out a warning in October.
Is that how they found him? Hung?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me you're not freaked the fuck out.
It's weird. Unless, he could mean, like, I could hang myself, but no, that doesn't add up. I was gonna say, I could hang myself, but it won't be my fault.
That's literally, it will be no fault of mine. He is literally telling everybody, I'm fine.
Well,
I got friends in here. Food's good. Just know that if I wind up suicided, it was not me.
That was, what, 9 months ago? Stuff could have changed. I don't know. It's rough. This is not an easy tweet to get around. Knowing that this tweet was out there, And then,
Well, Frank, what if I told you that this would be weird if that was the only tweet of its kind?
ah, okay, there's more. Stay tuned.
In November, just a month later after that tweet, he tweeted, getting subtle messages from U.S. officials saying, in effect, quote, we're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself, end quote. I got a tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Check my right arm. And he has a picture of a tattoo that he got with a money symbol that says whacked, WHACKD. Second tweet
Ooh,
describing this exact situation.
this is weird. This is weird.
Dude,
Unless it's one of those things, I'll play devil's advocate for a second, where he knew he was going to do it, so he figured why not fuck with everybody on the way out.
now let's talk about that for a second. Having,
But no,
and I don't even know why, but I can't remember what the first thing it was that McAfee tweeted that made me follow him. Because I can't even remember. Like, I followed a bunch of people when Twitter was first a thing, like 8 years ago. And I rarely follow people, it's rare to add to that stable.
you're a leader, not a follower. I get it.
Well, and it's not even that. It's just like I have my I got all my things that I like to look at, and that's basically it. New things come along, I will add people, but back then you were adding like thousands of people that you were
Oh, yeah,
following.
all at
hundreds.
once. Until you get them all done, then you give it a rest.
Yeah, so I can't remember what it was about him that made me follow him, but from time to time I would see tweets from him, and they were like always this like crazy outlandish stuff. And then I was following him when he got arrested, and not when he got arrested, when he was like on the run, and he's like, I'm on the run, and he'd be like tweeting from this boat and all this crazy things, and with girls on the boat and dogs on the boat, and he was like living this insane lifestyle. He was basically this like renegade, like software genius, sold it for millions, then was like taking on all the the wrongs, and like he would just tweet about anything. Like there was nothing like Edward Snowden and all that stuff, like, and he was in that little like sphere of like he knew about all those things, and very computer heavy, and what it all entailed, and how the government was monitoring us and all this kinds of crazy shit. So he's very out there. So this idea that you put forth of this was all a conscious effort because he knew he was going to do this, and this would be like the Andy Kaufman-esque thing of all time.
Far-fetched. I just threw it out there as an idea.
No, I'm saying
probably
that's
not right.
That's not my. I'm agreeing with you. I don't think that that's out of the realm of possibility for this guy, is what I'm saying.
I got you.
I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just throwing out ideas. I have no clue.
But we have to talk about it because the guy, he tweeted about it twice, and then he winds up going out the exact same way. Now, to further, like, let's keep going down this street of as we're just playing around with this conspiracy theory. He did get moved in the prison in Spain. From what I understand, things did get a little worse for him. Like one of his other tweets, I could look for it, but just take my word for it, was like he moved into a new jail cell, and his new cellmate was like, if anybody messes with you, stab them. Like, so things were kind of getting a little bit more dark, and he was about to get extradited to the U.S. And he had a hearing on whether or not Spain was going to send him back to the U.S. because these were nonviolent crimes. He wasn't paying his taxes. So whatever the laws are, I guess there was a chance of Spain just saying, you don't have to be extradited back. I don't know. But I know that he lost the decision, and that meant he had to go. So maybe the idea of him now really facing the rest of his life in prison because he's 75 years old. Maybe that was too overwhelming for the guy.
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on here. It could be maybe there were charges we weren't aware of that he could have been facing if brought back to America, and he didn't want to face them. Maybe he was whacked. Maybe he wasn't. We'd have no idea at this point. We don't know what the hell. I mean, if you were, let's say you were the government and you know you were after him, wouldn't you know all these tweets about him already and be like, all right, maybe we don't do it that way. You know, I mean,
It's interesting.
if you're the government and you wanted to not reflect on the government, would you do exactly how he said it? You probably do something different.
But at the
I
same
don't know.
time, if you're the government and this guy finds out about something and you've got to make a move. Sometimes you can't really.
Yeah, no, I know. But
I mean, it's just so uncomfortable. He's in a foreign prison.
the jail cell, there's I've seen movies where they get another criminal to take them out somehow, I feel like, why would you do it the way he described if you're the government? Or is that, you know, what they want us to think? I don't know. I have no idea. Like he laid it out and then it happened that way is what I'm saying. Like why, if you're the government and you're following him, you read all this, would you do it exactly the way he said it was going to be done? I don't know how it works, but
What's your other? I mean, what's the other option?
find a different, if you had a, like, I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying if you're the government and you got rid of this guy,
I'm with you.
would you do it the way he said? Or would you find a different way to do it?
What's the other way to do it? Paying another inmate to do it? Because now you have
do it.
now you have a trail. That's a trail
Flying them
going
over.
back to you.
Plane, something happened with the plane. I don't
Oh,
know.
plane going down makes sense, but then you're killing a pilot. That's
Maybe the pilot survives. I have no idea. Plane crash. Maybe it
that's a
wasn't
lot
plane
more
crash.
complicated than let's just sneak in, tie this guy up to the.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know.
Listen, I'm not. It's not like I planned this out. I have no idea. Induce.
Yeah.
There's. You ever see Wag the Dog? Dustin
Yes,
Hoffman and
I love that movie.
They did like injected him with something and he has a heart attack or something.
That would actually make a lot of sense, but I think you can trace all that stuff.
I have no idea.
See,
I'm not
this
good
is
at that.
outside of cameras. See that now? I mean, we're back to Epstein.
Yeah.
Where are the cameras?
Where are the cameras?
There's
Exactly.
got to be cameras. This isn't some third world country. It's fucking Barcelona.
Well, that's
You know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying?
In prisons, is it normal for there to be cameras on all the cells? Is that a thing? Are there
mean-
cameras pointing in every cell? This guy wasn't under any special.
No. But
Watch.
there's got to be cameras in the hallways. There's got to be. You got to be
people
able
walking
to
in and out.
see somebody walk in or out. Yeah, sure. I mean,
sure
I'm
that-
dying
This is
to
all
know
new, so
what they-
maybe they're
this-
investigating.
Literally just happened. So yeah, I mean, coroner report, all that kind of stuff, all still to come.
This is, yeah, it's very freaky. It's very suspicious.
It's crazy. Like I'm genuinely like, for the first time, and I can't even remember the last time when I was like a little afraid to like broach a subject because it was just very eerie. Like, and again, let's go back to somebody did this to him. Okay, let's go back to that side. You play that card once. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go back in our conspiracy theory Rolodex to Kennedy. You can take a president out. You play that card once. That's not something that you could bring out every 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are big moves. Suiciding
know of.
somebody. I know, but suiciding somebody, like you just did it with Epstein, now 2 in a row, I'm sorry, but the third time this happens to someone who is like loving, like exposing the government, nobody is going to be comfortable with it.
Right, of course. I mean, it's not like suicide in prison is, I don't know how common it is. I don't know how often it happens. But these were two, for lack of a better term, popular people.
Incredibly.
So that just happens to be the case that they were two well-known people. I mean, how often does it happen to unwell-known people? I don't know.
It's a good question. That's a really good question, but it's just
I'm sure more stuff will come out. What charges was he actually facing?
wait, no. So all right, so
Yeah,
let's
more.
get to
There
that.
could be more. Who knows?
Oh, there could be more, but I mean, he was an incredibly stupid for somebody who's so intelligent. He was an incredibly stupid person. he stopped paying taxes for ideological reasons. Like he thought it was like, which okay, I get it, but we're all here. You
It's
gotta pay
also
your
against the law.
taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
gotta
just
pay your
stop
taxes.
doing something because you got to pay your taxes.
But this is the kind of guy he was. He knew he would be in trouble. He knew he would have to retreat to a yacht
Well,
or somewhere else, and he did it anyway.
yeah.
The other thing that he got into a lot of trouble for, supposedly he made $23 million off of this, was he would leverage, because he had a huge following on social media. He leveraged his following in cryptocurrency, and he would be like, oh, buy this coin, or I hear this coin's about to explode, or this or that. And he would manipulate the market, and he would, own that stuff already. Price of the coin would go up. He would sell. They're saying he made around $23 million for that. That's securities fraud in a very unregulated industry of cryptocurrency. So that was another thing that he did
How was
more
that fraud?
recently.
How is that securities fraud?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how, because I feel like
What's his name do that?
that's basically cryptocurrency. I think you have to disclose if you own it or not. I think like you can't do that for stocks. If you're doing that for stocks, you can't do that kind of shit. You have to like tell people like I own this, or you always hear people say I'm not a, stockbroker. I'm not a financial advisor. People always say.
Did people know that he owned the stocks, the cryptocurrency he was
I
talking about?
I honestly don't know which ones he said he owned and which ones he
Right.
didn't. But the big thing that he got in trouble for was not paying taxes for 8 years. That's tax evasion, and that's basically what got him into trouble. Now, I don't know why. Again, you talk about stupidity. I don't know why, if he's living off this yacht, why he all of a sudden winds up in Barcelona,
You got to
Spain.
dock it sometime. You can't just.
I guess so.
You got to bring it in. I mean, you got to get fuel. You got to get food. You got to come into port at some point or another.
Agree, but
Unless you're on a
again,
sailboat and you're living off fish. I don't know.
agree. Totally agree.
Fresh water though.
Absolutely 1,000%. But if you're a millionaire, you know what I mean? Like
Don't go to an island. Don't go to a place that
you can
lobster
live
that
off
your ass.
a boat. Exactly. You can live off a boat. And here's the other thing. If he murdered somebody, okay, they're going to come looking for you for that. Tax evasion, you kind of got to do something that gets you in or gets you caught. There's not task force out there like manhunting people for tax evasion.
Depends on how much, man. If you're millions, they'll come get you. I think.
I don't think so. I mean,
They got Al Capone, but they wanted him for other reasons. But that's how they got him.
it's not like this is an ongoing criminal enterprise where he's bouncing checks or, Catch Me If You Can, or he's doing this. Or that. He's literally, he just didn't pay his taxes. Like if you get stopped for going through a red light and your shit gets ran, now you're going to jail. But again, you could have just stayed the hell away and never went to prison ever, ever, ever.
Yeah, they get
You could have had
eventually.
supplies delivered to you. You could have had gas delivered to you.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I guess at some point you see land and you're like, all right, I got to get on the land, or maybe he was so close that they came out, maybe there was like, security, the patrol in the waters, and they had it every now and then. They board ships. Who knows?
Agree, but you
But
can
that's
just
how they got him. You're in the water. You're close to land. You're in there. I think you're 12 miles in. Close to the land. That's technically you're in their country. So they come out and get you.
yeah. He was an eccentric guy. He built 9 homes, filled it with all sorts of art. He owned a dinosaur skull at one point. He had a
Very
fleet of
Nick Cage of him.
planes, antique cars. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Very Nick Cage of him.
Yeah. He liquidated a lot of his assets in the Great Recession. We do know that. At one point, he was a person of interest in a Belize murder case When he was set to be deported to Belize, he claims he faked a heart attack. He was never arrested or charged in connection with the death and has denied any involvement.
So there are obviously other things going on with this guy, it seems. I think I'm basing this on nothing other than what we've said in this whole thing.
Also, I have to mention
more
this
charge. I think there was more stuff he was facing. Go ahead.
before you go on. He met and married his wife while he was on the boat, on the run. She was a prostitute. Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing against prostitutes, especially if you're watching or listening to this podcast. I appreciate your patronage. Thank you.
I have no problem. No.
Just saying.
Just be careful is all.
Just saying. She was a prostitute. It wasn't like she was a.
I don't think you meet. How do you meet her on? You have to meet them on land and bring them on, unless they brought her to the boat.
Again, when you're a million, you know how I know you're not a millionaire, Frank?
That's how.
Exactly.
I don't have people bringing me prostitutes. That's how I'm not a millionaire.
I'm pretty
You
sure.
don't have to. You could be a millionaire and not have people bringing you prostitutes.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure the way you and I order up Uber Eats and DoorDash is the way these people order up prostitutes.
I don't even do that. I have yet to cross that line.
What century are you living in?
I know. I order if I order something and people deliver it, it's from the place.
What do you call them on the phone?
Like a Neanderthal.
Ugh, God.
Like a friggin' caveman, I call them. And I'm like, me want food.
You classless animal.
I know. They appreciate it.
I ordered DoorDash twice since this show started.
Well, you're a future person. I'm from the past.
Do you want to see his wife's tweet? There's more to this.
Sure.
Okay.
When was this?
His wife tweeted on Father's Day. She tweeted a happy Father's Day message to him.
Okay.
Bring it up on this screen for. Whoops. I busted it, Frank. Hold on. She put this. It's like one of these, when you screenshot your notes.
I guess.
Onto the screen.
Uh-huh.
She wrote Happy Father's Day in the tweet. Happy Father's Day to McAfee. Though you are spending the day in prison, know that you are loved and appreciated. And then, so here's her note. She writes, I know John is an extremely polarizing individual. Believe me, I know this better than most, but I also know, as well as any of you who follow him on Twitter, that he has always been honest about who he is. Always, in all caps. Sometimes too honest, sometimes sharing more than any of us care to know about him. John's honesty has often gotten him in trouble with corrupt governments and corrupt government officials because of his outspoken nature and his refusal to be extorted, intimidated, or silenced. Now the U.S. authorities are determined to have John die in prison to make an example of him for speaking out against the corruption within their government agencies. This was 3 days ago.
Yikes.
The media continues to vilify him per their narrative, and there is no hope for him ever having a fair trial in America because there is no longer any justice in America. You either play ball or get effed. Those are literally the only options now. Before you were innocent until proven guilty, but somehow that has changed to guilty until proven innocent. I mean, we can keep on going, but I mean, essentially, yeah. Not great. Now, 8 months in prison. She writes that, So, it could wear on you, like we said earlier. You could lose your will and shit can happen, but...
That's a weird way to sign off. I just read the bottom. Happy Father's Day, John David. Father of many, loved by few.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
It's a weird little sign off.
Yeah.
Father of few, loved by many. I don't know. That just sounds weird to me.
He had 1 million followers on Twitter.
Right.
He tweeted June 16th. Yeah. The U.S. believes I have hidden crypto. I wish I did, but it has dissolved through many of the hands of Team McAfee, and my remaining assets are all seized. My friends evaporated through fear of association. I have nothing, yet I regret nothing.
June 18th.
Talks about power is given, not taken, but it's still power. All power corrupts. He put out a video 6 days ago on Why Power Corrupts.
Just gonna say that background looks familiar, Ant. I don't want to raise any conspiracy flags here, but
Oh shit.
just saying.
We do have the same sound treatment on our. See, I'm fucking. Now I'm never gonna sleep. See what you fucking did?
Sorry.
I can't be a part of any of this.
All right, next topic then.
I just want to say to any authorities out there listening that Frank, believe it or not, is the mastermind of all of this. Okay,
Of Anthony on air.
yes. That's why. That's exactly what somebody would say when they're trying to pin this on somebody else. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
This
say.
is a little. I'm seeing your true colors here.
Name it after you.
Turn on your friend of how many years, right? Like that, with no provocation. Just boom. The thought of a threat has led you to go like this.
You play to my ego. You
this
go.
way.
Name it after this dickhead, and this way he takes the fall. That's exactly how Frank operates and thinks. I want everybody to know that.
I was just pointing out your backgrounds look similar. I didn't. I wasn't pointing any fingers or anything.
We should name the show after you. Oh, okay, Frank. That's a good idea. I think I like that. We'll do that. We'll name it
As
after
I
me.
pull the string.
Fucking petting a bald cat and shit. God damn it.
Leave my bald cat out of this.
I know. I mean, I can't even like. There's just so much to come from this. We'll keep our eye on it. This is insane. This is insane.
It's a weird one.
You either have somebody that rivals Andy Kaufman in the long play. Granted, Andy was funny, but knew how to run a con, or you have just the kind of corrupt government shit that you only see in, Tom Cruise movies and shit.
Or another theory we'll throw out there, or I'll throw out there. Was he crazy enough to do this to himself to sell his theory of the government is evil and all this?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, possible.
It's just like
Think about legacy
ultimate
too.
Right.
Everything he says now has so much more weight to it.
Is this a way for him to become some sort of a weird martyr?
Martyr, yeah.
This is one of those things we're all speculating. We don't know anything really. All we know is he was found hanging in his cell in Spain.
I don't want to speculate. In fact, I want to say some facts right now. I always believed the Clintons were good people. I love the government of the United States of America. I have paid all my taxes to the best of my knowledge and abilities. And I am a huge wuss who will never cause any problems ever. I just want that to be known. If anybody were to give me any sort of damaging information on our government, I will burn it and drown it in a bucket of water. If it's like a hard drive or something.
Yeah, I got to tell you, this podcast ain't worth it. I'm not. I'm good with keeping shit. I don't care.
I just want to say those things. I love America.
Same.
I don't have a flag near me right now, but I got
Ditto.
one outside my house, I promise. So,
this podcast, if they said, hey, shut down the podcast tomorrow,
yeah,
done. See ya.
no problem. Whatever you say, government.
Yep.
Whatever you say. Also, I want to say this too for anybody out there listening. Don't send me a fucking hard drive. I will not plug it into a computer. I have
Someone sent you a hard drive?
No, I'm just no. I want to clarify now. I've never been sent a hard drive, but I just want to put it out there.
Thumb drive?
Stop, Frank. I just want to say I will never take a hard drive from anybody. I will never plug it into a computer.
It's not worth it.
Don't even
care.
bother sending me shit.
I don't click on links. See, people put links in the comments of these videos. I don't click on them.
I'm not clicking on anything anymore. I got to tell you something. After today, I'm not reading another comment.
No.
I think this might be the last episode. It's getting too close. It's getting
What a finale.
It's getting too close to home, Frank. I can't do it.
Yeah, next week we'll probably go back to like rating PDQs and
Yeah.
and talking about farts or something.
Let's turn this into the food show that we've always wanted it to be.
Oh, you see, now I can get on board with that. I'll travel the world and eat food. That's all I want. That's fine.
Everybody did love our PDQ episode. We know we got a ton more to do now that things are opening back up again. You know,
you see, the world is our oyster, and
Literally.
we can just eat right, and we could just eat food
I'm going to say this.
and be a harmless podcast about food.
The world is our grilled oyster, because as much as I love a fresh raw oyster, sometimes throwing that bad boy on the grill is just heavenly.
Side note: have
Yeah.
you watched or seen any episodes of Gordon Ramsay's Uncharted?
No.
Recommend highly, and it makes you hungry, makes you want to travel the world and eat all these crazy foods that he eats.
I feel like I'll be cheating on Anthony Bourdain, and I promise that day.
Well, you could watch that too.
I miss Anthony Bourdain. That's another one. That's another
See, we
suicide
can't
that
even
didn't
do
make
that now.
that didn't make any sense to me either.
We can't travel the world and eat food anymore too, because I mean, was that because there's conspiracy theories about him too.
Yeah, but I don't think any government was out to get him.
All right, so let's do the food thing next week. Where should we go? I'll go to Wendy's. Everybody likes Wendy's.
I'm gonna wait for President Biden to tell me where he wants me to go. Yeah,
It seems
because you know I'm a loyal subject.
smart. I'm in.
Warren Buffett and Gates, Ghislaine Maxwell. Where you want to go next?
Whatever one's not going to get us in trouble. What's Britney Spears up to? Is that going to do any damage to us?
Jesus, I don't even know. This is just hitting way too close to home. Let's do Warren Buffett and Bill Gates.
All right.
Again, big. Now I'm just terrified. I mean, I don't even. It all scares me now. But Warren Buffett today resigned from the Gates Foundation.
Okay.
Now, if that's not a signal of shit's about to
Rats
drop.
leaving the ship.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, now, supposedly, this was all part of the plan, I guess.
What plan? Whose plan?
That he was going to give half his money. He had selected, let me see. He did 16 annual contributions to 5 foundations.
Or Buffett.
Buffett.
Okay.
Over the years, he is said to have given away $41 billion.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, he said that he was going to give away all of his Berkshire Hathaway stocks.
Okay.
He has done half of that. He's given away half of what he's accumulated from Berkshire Hathaway. That's his investment company.
Cool.
So he said he's going to give away all. He gave away half.
Right.
And then
Did he say when he was going to give away all?
before he died,
Oh,
it was part of the plan.
guess.
He donated another $4.1 billion worth of shares today to the 5 foundations, one of which was the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and he resigned as a trustee. This year's
so he resigned and he gave them money. So that's,
yes.
that kind of cancels each other out, no?
Well, I mean, it's not like he's abandoning the foundation is still good.
Foundation's good. He gave it money. He's just quitting.
Right.
Right. Did he say why? Is there a statement?
Yeah, I'm going to read you a statement now.
Well, hurry the hell up.
I'm communicating with Jay Sams.
Did they get her?
She is on a,
She's safe somewhere?
well, take a look for yourself.
I got to look it up now.
I believe she's on a yacht
Oh, God.
in Barcelona. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't want to throw any theories out there because, again, this is your old pal toting the line, Ant.
Yeah.
Old Anthony toting the line.
USA all the way, baby.
Not here to ruffle any feathers anymore.
Nope. We're here to rate and review foods and, like, kitchen sink products.
Mm-hmm.
Sink thingies.
Buffett said in a statement, "Today's a milestone for me. In 2006, I pledged to distribute all of my Berkshire Hathaway shares, more than 99% of my net worth, to philanthropy. With today's $4.1 billion distribution, I am halfway there. For years, I have been a trustee, an inactive trustee at that, of only one recipient of my funds, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I am now resigning from this post, just as I have done at all corporate boards other than Berkshire Hathaway's. The CEO of BMG is Mark Sussman, an outstanding recent selection who has my full support. My goals are 100% in sync with those of the foundation, and my physical participation is in no way needed to achieve these goals."
All right.
Can I translate that for you? I'm out of here before this greasy son of a bitch drags me down, and I in no way want to point out that I know about this greasy son of a bitch about to possibly drag me down.
Well, here's the problem with all that. You jump ship now, doesn't make any difference. Whatever happened, while you were on that watch, you're still accountable for, right? I mean, you could jump ship now, but that just covers you from now on.
True, but I mean, he could always say, "I didn't know." By the way, you notice how he went, "Hey, I'm leaving," but I was always inactive. I never really had.
I gave money, but that was it. I didn't show up to any of the meetings.
Yeah.
I wasn't on scooping, ladling out soup or anything.
This sounds eerily like, yeah, I went to Africa on his plane, but I was never at his island. Never.
Man, there's got to be. I can't with all this dancing around stuff. If I wish there was just one person who would come out and go, "You know what? I did all this shit. I did everything you're saying I did." And here's all the other people that did it too.
Yeah, I know.
But everybody, no, I gotta do what I gotta do.
People don't like getting caught, man. They don't like getting caught.
I know.
It's a strange thing.
Sure, it's not fun.
No, it's not. It's not fun. But I want to say this too. I don't think Warren Buffett did anything wrong. Just gut feeling. Maybe he did.
I know nothing about Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I know a little bit about Warren Buffett.
Couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how little I follow Warren Buffett.
I know. I actually have quite an interest in the guy. I think he's a decent human being, from what I can tell. I could be wrong.
Good.
He did leave his one wife for another woman and just kind of told her "Hey, I'm kind of leaving for this other chick." I think they were friends. It's very strange.
Hey, people leave people. People get divorced. That happens.
People
make you a bad person.
People helping people.
People blow people. You ever watch Clear History? Sorry.
That's great.
Larry people blow people. I get it.
Yeah.
Blow, was it Chicago?
What, the city or the band? All right. Turned out to be the band.
5 or 6 to 4 to Chicago.
Yeah.
Such a great movie.
Clear History is great.
Very underrated movie.
It's super. I swear to you, Frank, I watched it 3 months ago because I will every now and then throw it on. It's so good.
It's HBO. For people watching and listening, HBO has it. Clear History, Larry David. It's in my top 20.
Oh yeah.
It's such a good movie.
And if you love Seinfeld and Curb, you will absolutely love this movie. It is so good.
It's so good.
25 or 6 to 4 Chicago.
Yeah.
Who is that? What's his name?
That's Liev Schreiber.
Liev Schreiber. So good.
So many people in this movie too.
So many people. That was the comeback for Michael Keaton. That was the first thing he
was
did.
Great in it.
After being gone for 10 years.
Michael Keaton, a little Beetlejuice comes out in that role.
Mm-hmm.
A little,
yeah. Yeah.
He gets a little of that going. I got this window next to my face. I don't know if you could notice, if you've noticed it, but it makes me look a little more like an evil villain than I planned.
Yeah, exactly. See, now everybody's going to be like, you know what? Anthony was right. Frank is behind it all.
Those are the lines.
So I don't think that Bill Gates, I don't think that Warren Buffett did anything wrong. But this is to me clearly, let me get the hell out of here before this shitstorm really.
Very well could be.
Because, like you said, you can't deny all the stuff, but he could always be like, "Look, I was inactive. I'm out of it now. I mean, I don't even know what the
Yeah,
guy he
it's a
was doing."
charity foundation.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't I be part of a charity foundation that.
and that's going to be Buffett's thing. You know how many people donated to that charity foundation? That's exactly going to be his thing.
Right.
All right, now let's go to our charity foundation expert. That's Jay Sabs. What up, Jay Sabs?
Sabs in the house.
How you doing there?
Oh, just I feel like this is what I feel like. I feel like I showed up to a blind date and I've been waiting for the man to come out of the bathroom for 10 minutes.
Now,
12 minutes now. 13 minutes.
Janine said that she had joined us. Did you see her, Frank, in the thing?
I can't see anybody's.
Oh, okay. I did not see you.
Not. That's all on you.
But just to defend myself, I was trying to distance myself from any sort of trouble I have caused the United States government. I was just trying to let everybody know how much I love our country and our government, and I don't think they've ever done anything wrong. Because I don't.
Yeah, same here.
Do you want to weigh in on McAfee at all, or because we sort of went through it all? I don't know if you want.
Well, I definitely don't think he killed himself. That's it.
Yeah, right.
That's all I've got.
I mean, we played the devil's advocate of maybe he planned this all out, but for the most part, it feels.
I mean,
It's
stuff
shady.
that he wrote, it's really weird.
It's very weird. It's suspicious.
It's like I wouldn't kill myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I'm hanging in my jail cell, it wasn't me. Was basically the whole thing, and then he's hanging in his jail cell.
Yeah.
It's very weird. Not to say that his conditions didn't worsen over the last 9 months, but I don't know, man.
But can I go back to my statement of you can't play this card again? Like,
Yeah, exactly. How many times it's gonna happen?
and are you gonna play the card again?
keep
That
getting away with it.
where's the footage from are you possibly going to convince us that, oh yeah, their cameras also were malfunctioning at the time?
Who's looking for the cameras? Are you looking for the camera?
No, but I want to see 24 hours of that hallway camera outside of his cell where nobody goes in or out of that fucking thing for a full 24 hours before they found him
Yeah.
dead.
And who's to say they're giving you the correct 24 hours? You don't know. Anything
Shit.
could. Right. They could give you 3 days before you
Yeah, I
died.
don't believe anything. I
can't-
like don't believe anybody anymore.
Do you believe
too.
we landed on the moon?
I don't even know if I believe that, honestly.
Were you about to say you don't believe us too? Is that
No,
what
I
you were
don't.
about to
I
say?
don't. I definitely don't.
I don't believe us either. We
All
are
right,
hard
look,
to believe.
I'm with you, and it's obviously a weird thing. But that being said, we have to believe in something. We have to
Some things
believe.
not everything could be bullshit. Right?
I don't trust
Not
anyone.
everything.
I don't trust that.
There's got to
I
be
don't.
one or two things that we're like, yeah, I'm on board with that. Like the Earth is definitely round. We can all. I feel like any intelligent person can believe that.
No, I mean, I think I
I
believe
wrong?
that. I think we're talking more about like people, authority, power, governments. That's getting trickier by the day.
It is. It's hard. It's. Imagine 100% of the thing that the government has told us was true, and we're all dancing around like idiots, like going, "Oh no, it's all conspiracies." And they're going, "Believe what you want, but everything I've told you is this is all accurate."
Unfortunately.
It's not, but
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just saying. Imagine.
I don't know. Ghislaine Maxwell news. I think the shittiest place on planet Earth is now this Brooklyn prison where Ghislaine Maxwell is, because she's got a new roommate. Do you know who it is?
It's someone we should know.
Do you know? Yep. Famous piece of shit has moved in next door.
Who?
It's got to be a woman.
Nope.
Right? It's not a woman.
Not next door, but in the same
Oh, it's not a cellmate. You're saying
facility.
they're not in
No,
the same
she
cell.
doesn't have she's by herself.
You said they're a roommate.
Well, like in the jail.
Oh, he's trying to get clickbait. Come on, just let him do
All
it.
right, fine. Is it?
Can I be a little poetic here?
Weinstein?
No, that would be something. That's a good guess. You're
Oh,
close.
I
I'm
can't-
close.
I don't want to guess because I
Jared.
don't want to get in trouble.
Subway Jared guy.
No. I feel like Janine would get this.
Janine's gonna get this.
I feel like Janine owns some of this guy's items.
Whoa. Oh, I think I know.
Steve Madden. No. I don't.
I don't know.
What
R-
does this person sell?
R. Kelly.
Ooh. R. Kelly, giant piece of crap.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's disgusting.
R. Kelly has been moved to the Metropolitan Detention Center for from Chicago to Brooklyn.
So he's next on the suicide list. You
Oh
watch.
boy.
Yeah, but I don't know. You think they would suicide him? I'm not sure. I mean, he's done some bad things,
I mean,
but
people do that to themselves, right? I mean, it's not all government. I mean, it can't all be.
not anymore, Frank.
No, all right. There's no more.
2021.
No more self-suicide. It's all government suicide.
2021 for reals. We got to do. I don't know how long we have you for J Sabs, but we got to do Britney
Spears.
and Blink 182. You want to do Britney?
Okay.
All right, Britney first.
Quick.
Frank, I don't know. You're the one who gave this to us. You want to tell? You want to tell everybody?
Well, she did like a virtual court appearance, and she basically said that everything that she said previously, like that she was okay and comfortable with the conservatorship, was all lies. She came clean in the court appearance saying, I'm not happy with the conservatorship. I want my life back. They don't. She said, actually said, I have an. I forget what's called, the birth control. It's an IUD.
Okay. Yep.
It's called in. She has one inside of her right now because they don't want her to have any more kids.
Damn.
Holy
This is
crap!
what
Who
she
did
said.
that? Was that her dad?
I guess whoever's in charge, the dad, it's pretty bad. And she said, I just want it to end. I want my life back. Yeah, she says, her family will not, including the revelation that she has an IUD. She says her family will not let her remove.
Damn. That's kind of fucking. That's crazy.
Yep.
That is nuts. Besides the fact that I would never get one, that is nuts.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
That they're making her, they don't want her to have any more kids. And that's not even up to her anymore.
I mean, she's getting up there anyway, but still.
She's 40, 41, I think.
Damn.
Something like that. I'm not really sure her
That's
exact
like-
age.
that's so
39? I don't know.
Damn.
Something like that. But she's, yeah, and she has no control. She just wants her to be able to do what she wants to do and live her life. And she wants this whole thing to end. Quote, I just want my life back. So this whole thing where she said, she goes, I've lied and told the whole world, this is a quote, I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy. It's a lie. I've been in denial.
Well, obviously.
End quote.
Yeah, she said, I'm traumatized. I'm not happy. I can't sleep. She's got a $60 million estate that they believe her family is after. She says a lot has happened since 2 years ago. The last time I was in court, I haven't been back to court because I didn't feel I was heard.
She's 39, by the way.
Spears said that she was put on lithium against her will. It's a strong judge. You can go mentally impaired if you stay on it longer than 5 months. I felt drunk. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad about anything. They had me with 6 different nurses. Lithium is commonly used to treat bipolar disorder.
Yep.
Yeah,
so-
she said that she wanted to start a family with her boyfriend. I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I was told I can't get married.
Damn.
I have an IUD. They don't want me to have children anymore.
They've done a pretty good job. There's a quote. They've done a pretty good job of exploiting my life. I feel like it should be an open court hearing. They should listen and hear what I have to say.
That's crazy.
This is so crazy. I mean, doesn't she like? What do you do here? Like, don't you have to like? Can you give her a test that she could prove that she could take care of herself?
I
Like,
think
is there?
that's how it goes. You have to
Yeah.
prove that once you're under conservatorship, and I'm not an expert, but this is from what I understand. Once you're in it, it's harder to get
out of it?
To
Yeah.
get out of it. You have to prove that you're of sound mind and you have full control.
Damn.
But it's easier to be, I guess, to be under it than to not be, to get put under it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but yeah, it's not easy to get out of.
Janine, how did you get out of your conservatorship?
Lots and lots of manipulating.
Right.
How you do
That's
it.
just that is just crazy. I mean, obviously, like we knew she wasn't happy.
Yeah, the whole free Britney thing.
But to have an IUD inside, like that's
That's
Fucked
nuts.
up.
that is. Free Britney.
That might be the nuttiest part about all of this.
It's a friggin' mess. And there was a quote, I think, from the dad. I can't remember. It's something like I didn't know she was, I was hurting her this much or something like that. I can't.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
quote me, but
Sure, Jamie.
it was something along those lines. The whole court hearing took like 20 minutes.
That's
It
it.
was an online virtual court
Oh
thing.
my God.
But isn't it like it's the dad? And isn't it also this other like law firm or whatever that's got half of it? Like, doesn't she have like two entities now?
Something like that.
I'm not sure. I don't know exactly who's in control here.
Still,
I think
that's
it's
crazy.
mostly the dad, though.
I don't know. This feels like Brian Wilson all over again of the Beach Boys.
No, what happened with Blink-182?
Let's go to Mark Hoppus.
Oh yeah.
He tweeted this today. For the past 3 months, I've been undergoing chemotherapy for cancer.
Yep.
I have cancer. It sucks. I'm scared. And at the same time, I'm blessed with incredible doctors and family and friends to get me through this. I still have months of treatment ahead of me, but I'm trying to remain hopeful and positive. Can't wait to be cancer free and see you all at a concert. Love in the near future. Love to you all.
I saw this and I sent it to my friend because, and back in the day, I was a huge Blink-182 fan. We're like, we can't believe this.
No, it's not. Nobody wants to hear. It's terrible. Do we know it doesn't? That's all we know. Is there any?
Yeah, we don't know what kind it is either.
Yeah.
No, that's all he said. And he's been going through it for 3 months, which, by the way, how much is that? How shitty is that? I mean, it's never a great time to have cancer. But if you're an artist who's been kept off the road for like a year and a half and now everything's coming back and you can't go because you got like that is just the worst timing.
Seriously.
Yeah, there's never a good time out there. It's true though. It's not good. So yeah, all the best. Hopefully, he gets on the other side of this and chemo. It's not
Yeah.
good stuff.
J-Subs, this is your favorite band of all time, isn't it? Like,
I have to say, it really is. And you know what? He was so nice when we met him. Like, obviously, he's going to be nice, but he just was really seemed like just like a down-to-earth, nice guy.
yeah.
So, I don't know, and that's what's been said about him, too. Not just
I mean, he never brought us closer to the aliens, but I get it.
Well, no,
He's
that's
done
Tom.
some
That's
things.
Tom.
I know. I just wish he would have done more alien work with Tom. That's my only hope for Mark, but I hope he gets well.
Yes.
This was trending. I love this topic. I got to put this up there for everybody. This guy, Matthew whatever the fuck.
Perpetua.
He took Madison Square Garden's 1987 schedule and put it up there and was like, you could only choose two. This is a hell of a list. Rat and Poison together on a show. Iron Maiden, Eric Clapton, Huey Lewis and the News, Jose Feliciano, Luther Vandross, Bryan Adams with the Hooters, Duran Duran and Erasure, Paul Simon, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Madonna, Bon Jovi, Billy Idol with The Cult, The Cure, Beastie Boys with Run DMC, Motley Crue with Whitesnake, Tina Turner with Wang Chung. That seems like an odd pairing. Roger Waters, David Bowie, Whitney Houston, The Grateful Dead, U2 with the Pogues, Pink Floyd, Eddie Murphy, The Cars, Rush, Yes, and Depeche Mode.
You can only pick two, huh?
Frank's devastated that Metallica's not on
Devastated. He's like, I'm not going to, who cares?
It's all right. It's all right, man. It's okay.
there. 87, they had already hit by that time, hadn't they?
They had been a band for 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go with
all right.
my two first as you guys think about this, but I would definitely do Beastie Boys Run-DMC in 87. Come on, that's got to be a sick show.
I already got mine.
And ironically, U2 and the Pogues. That's just like...
U2 and the Pogues.
I'd be the one Italian guy with 19,000 Irish people, but I still think they'd let me live. I think we'd have a good time together, all of us.
That's it.
U2 and the Pogues. You could
Be
still
great.
see them today.
It would be great.
So are we talking about going back to 87 and seeing them?
Going back in time and seeing these shows, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
You have to, because Bowie's dead.
I'm saying, no, yeah, I got you.
Tom Petty's dead.
But you can't see them with a whole, you can't see
Present
them
day.
with an album that they came out with in the 90s.
No.
Performing anything like that. Okay.
87. J-Sabs, ladies first.
Yeah. Obviously Madonna, because I've never seen her and I always wanted to. And Duran Duran with Depeche Mode.
No, Duran Duran is
Duran
with...
Erasure.
Oh,
Erasure.
that's who I mean. Yes, them.
By the way, I actually, at one of the stations I was at, they produced a show with Erasure. They were fucking incredible.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yep. That's
So
why
good.
I would definitely.
And I saw Depeche Mode, and it was one of the greatest shows that I've ever seen.
Say,
So
oh my God,
you
they're so
weren't.
good.
you weren't-
See, I'm
And I also think
No,
that I
wait,
love to
Duran Duran,
abuse
that's what I
you.
want. Yes.
I'd
Me?
love to abuse you for the Madonna pick, but let's be honest. At 87, these are pointy cone days.
Exactly. Like, what are you thinking? Come on.
I mean,
that's height of Madonna.
that's her
I think.
apex. Yeah, she was at the height of it all right there.
Frank.
That's true. See, now I went the route of who can I not see anymore? Like who's not around, and who could I go back in time and see when they were alive?
Let me translate that for everybody. He's like, who would have James Hetfield of Metallica come on as a surprise guest
That doesn't make any
on this
sense.
list?
What I said with what I said.
Okay.
My list would be David Bowie because you can't see him today anymore, and Rush
Okay.
because Neil Peart, you can't see him anymore. So those would be my two.
That's a good one. Let us know in the comments. Tweet at us. I want to know who are the two that you would like to see on this list. That's a hell of a good list. That's a hell of a run for MSG in 87. I mean, Jesus. This is murderer's row.
That is a good lineup. They were raking it in at that time. Whitney Houston too. That's a good one to go see in the 80s.
I mean, they legit booked Roger Waters in August and brought Pink Floyd in October. That's ballsy.
That is for 3 shows.
That's balls-tastic right there. Final topic, Chris Brown.
Ugh.
Biggest piece of shit that we got out still on the loose. He was accused of hitting
up
a
there.
woman in Los Angeles.
Oh, again? Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought he went to rehab. I thought everything was fine. He's all better now.
Can I just say, one of the all-time reacceptance of people that I could not disagree with more throughout the entire time that it was happening. I remember I was on the air the morning after he beat the crap out of Rihanna, and I didn't know about it. And then they started like sending pictures around. I don't know if you can still see pictures, but she was like,
It was bad.
it was bad. And then like 4 years
got
later,
over it. They got over it.
They put him on the Today Show, and it was like, hey, he's back now, and and I was like, why?
It might
How
have
is
been
this?
even sooner. It might have been even sooner.
Well, you know what it was? I think wasn't it that? And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't like Rihanna like sort of semi forgive what was going? Like, didn't they kind of reconcile in some way? Am I misremembering that?
Maybe they did. I don't know. It
I don't remember.
still feels weird.
It does. No, it is because this guy gets chance after chance after chance, and he's still.
And I just remember because I wasn't on a CHR station, like a pop station, but there was a pop station in the company, and they were like adding the song, and I was like, don't you feel weird about this? And they were like, everybody's gonna be playing it, so we got to play it. And I'm like, literally the entire fucking country thinks the same way. They're like, everybody's gonna play this, so we got to play it, or else we're gonna be out. And it's like,
Well, the thing was, too, that they didn't really want to make his career disappear because he got compared to Michael Jackson. So they were like, oh, we have to do everything we can. So, he's still considered one of the greatest because
Chris
he
Brown.
sang, he danced. Yeah.
A lot of people sing and dance.
But they compared him to Michael Jackson.
I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
Talent wise,
Talent.
forget whatever everything, but talent wise, Michael Jackson blows away Chris Brown.
Yeah, but they were comparing him to that.
I don't see that. Okay.
final bit of news here for the show. Last one, promise. Even though I said the
Okay,
last one was the last one.
Promise.
Tease.
Jerry Seinfeld. He will star in an upcoming next Netflix film. Let's try that again. Netflix film
But
about the creation of Pop-Tarts.
this sounds thrilling.
As in a movie or a documentary or a stand-up?
Oh my
what
God,
are
this
we
sounds
talking about here?
horrendous.
Really? Because I feel like this sounds like Seinfeld and is like right down his alley.
I feel
Yeah.
like this could be an episode of Seinfeld, but what What are we talking about here? Is this going to be a
Dolores.
documentary?
No, a movie. He's going to star in and direct a movie
You're Dolores.
about the invention of the Pop-Tart.
Probably the only good episode there was.
So he's going to be
Dolores.
the inventor. Dolores.
Mulva?
Mulva.
Oh God.
There's so many good episodes.
God.
So many great episodes.
As you can see, I turned off my light.
Deadline reports that Seinfeld is slated to star in, direct, and produce the new film, which he co-wrote with Spike Ferrestein and Barry Marder.
Okay. Spike and Barry.
Spike and Barry are in. He said he was sitting at home during quarantine, just looking at people's faces, and he said, quote, "So we took my Pop-Tart stand-up bit from my last Netflix special and exploded it into a giant, crazy comedy movie."
Oh boy, let's see what this.
Hope it's good. I never.
I think
You know
it's
what's
gonna be
weird?
great.
I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and I never saw B movie. To this day, I haven't.
Me
seen it.
too. I only saw parts of it.
Me either.
It made a lot of money, though, I think, but people kind of
Yeah,
like, it was like, eh.
It was, it made money. I don't know how. I still don't know how good it is.
The problem with B movie, I think, was that like all the Pixar movies were just slaughtering, like they were just
Yeah.
mega monster hits, and B movie was like B movie, I think made $1 billion, and it was like, eh, because everything else was making so much freaking money.
Yeah, I feel like it was a success money wise, but
But he never made another movie after that. I think he had offers to make more movies. So
sure, he didn't need to. He did comedians in cars getting coffee, and
yeah,
did what
leave
he
it to
wanted.
Seinfeld though to tackle the pastry.
And we all wanted to know, and he's answering the
God.
questions for us.
That's it.
Yeah. Final thoughts. Anything else?
Give free Britney. Hashtag free Britney. That's my final thought.
Damn, Frank, you stole my thought.
Jay Sabs, have you gotten anybody else fired from a minimum wage job in the last week since we
Not
last
yet,
spoke
but
to
I
you?
still have not gone in to collect my free.
Not yet, she said.
Can you film that when you go in and collect your free coffee? Or whatever?
It's not just going to be a coffee. It's going to be a whole meal. I'm not stupid.
A meal.
A whole meal. Oh
I'm
wait,
gonna have like a bagel. I'm going to get some donuts. I'm gonna
wait. They
get
said they're
sip on
picking
it.
up the tab next time
Yep.
in, whatever it is.
Yep.
You gotta have a donut party.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you gotta like have Dunkin' Donuts cater your next affair.
Yeah, I mean, take this to the limit. See how far they'll go.
Exactly. Let's see.
Give me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant for everyone.
Oh.
How much
good.
do you hate Frank and I that you won't include us in this whole donut party? I mean,
we could wait in the car and you could just bring them out to us.
did you notice that, Frank? Like,
Are you
there
going to
was
give me a tip?
there was no
See?
like
Something for her. Everything's.
everything is about Janine all the
What am I
time.
getting out of it? Is her question.
There's no let's share this with my fellow podcast hosts.
I'm sure
Fine.
you want to drive 38 minutes to my house. Anthony, I'm talking to you.
For a free donut?
Yeah,
Are you
exactly.
kidding? Have you seen my waistline? What makes you think I wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, that's not just one free donut. This is
Yeah.
a Dunkin' Donuts party.
Excellent point, Frank. When's the last time you saw me stop at one donut, for Christ's
true.
sake? I mean, Jesus.
You can't just eat a plain one or a old fashioned.
I got to tell you something. The Dunkin' Donut is this. It's such shit. It.
It really is.
I had
There's so
a-
much better donuts. I know what you're
Oh.
talking about too. They are so much better. That's why I'm like,
Shit.
There are better, but
what can I
could
get
always,
from them?
if
I
Dunkin'
could always
Donuts-
get a donuts from them. I could.
if there's
I
a
could
box
always get
of
a donut.
donuts in some, I'm over someone's house or I have them. If there's a box of donuts, like I'm in. I'm not going to turn them down.
I'm never gonna turn them down, but like my son's t-ball team. It was like the last game, so we got donuts for like all the kids. So we had a bunch of donuts like left over, and of course I was eating them, but I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah, this is terrible. As I polish off the whole
just
box.
yeah.
Nom, nom, nom. Homer.
It's not that bad. It's
Yeah.
like there's better burgers than McDonald's. You could go to a restaurant,
It's true.
but I'm still gonna eat McDonald's or whatever.
People loved our flag discussion on the last episode. Eileen writes in, you guys cracked me up. The Poland flag, 2 colors, too funny. We were criticizing Poland
Oh
for
yes.
for
I mean,
only
Real
having
nice.
2
They
colors.
stopped at 2 colors. Like, you know what? We got this one. We got that one. Let's call it a day.
We're done.
We'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching and or listening. Don't forget to check out shopanthonyonair.com. Get yourself some gear. Appreciate you guys. Links and info, anthonyonair.com. 17 salutes from Jay Sabs means we have got to go. catch you guys on the next episode. Wait, it takes me a while to get to the thing. Just hold on.
This is the awkward moment.
I don't know where it is because it's all still the new system.
Oh God. Oh, Jay Sabs